Diving in deep to the world of crypto. You're listening to Vorpin AI.
All right, welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This week,
Let's do it.
we are diving into the crypto markets.
Ooh.
And man, oh man, it has been a crazy week.
A wild one.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
We're going to be looking at weekly roundup, #3.
Ah.
It's basically kind of like our cheat sheet for this deep dive.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives us a good overview of what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Hits all the biggest movers and shakers of the week.
The highlights. Yeah.
And I got to say, stellar. XLM
Stellar.
was the star.
It was, wasn't it?
I mean, 80% gain.
Yeah. That was huge.
That was a big surprise, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah. What is driving that?
Well, there's a few things going on. There's this technical pattern that some analysts are talking about called an Adam and Eve.
Okay.
And it's basically, you know how Adam and Eve are kind of holding hands? Like that's the shape of the pattern.
Interesting.
And
I can kind of see it. And so, you know, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it suggests that Stellar could be headed, you know, toward that $3 to $5 range.
wow.
But I think what's really driving the price action is the fact that institutions are starting to get on board.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you look at the Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust.
Okay.
They've added over 34 million XLM
Oh, wow.
in the past week. That's like, it's almost like 10% growth in a week.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And that trust is basically like a way for institutions to get exposure to Stellar without, you know, having to deal with the technicalities of like wallets and all that stuff.
Sure.
And so, you know, you see those kinds of inflows. It suggests that there's some serious interest from bigger players.
So this isn't just like hype. I mean, this is serious, like, analysis and money coming in.
Yeah, it's not just retail investors.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like we said, institutions getting involved.
Well,
and I think that's...
But if it's already at an 80% gain, like, are we already too late to this party?
Well, you know, it's hard to say.
Right.
Because, like, it, you know, it could keep going up.
Yeah, good. Who knows?
It could correct. I mean, I will say this. Like, if you look at the derivatives trading volume for XLM, it spiked 284%.
Whoa.
And so derivatives are basically like bets on future prices.
Okay.
And so that just kind of shows you how much excitement there is in the market right now.
So people think it's going to keep going up.
Well, you know, it's hard to say for sure, but there's definitely a lot of interest and a lot of, you know, optimism.
Interesting. Okay. Now, Bitcoin.
The king.
BTC, the OG.
The OG.
Just kind of chilling, like right under 100,000.
Yeah.
$98,000, like, you know, no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually been remarkably stable.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good sign.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, the crypto market can be so volatile.
Oh, definitely.
But Bitcoin has just kind of been like hanging out in this range.
It's kind of nice.
It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah. I mean, why do you think that is?
I think a lot of it has to do with, again, institutional adoption.
Okay.
So we saw over $490 million flow into Bitcoin ETFs this week.
Wow. So more than Stellar even.
Yeah. And a lot of that is being driven by BlackRock, which is like a massive investment firm.
Right.
And so, you know, when you have these big players like that coming in, it just kind of lends legitimacy to the space.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps to stabilize the price.
So basically more traditional finance is getting involved in Bitcoin now.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay. Now, Ethereum and Solana, they kind of seem to be taking a nap this week.
Yeah, they're pretty quiet.
Is that a bad sign?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You know, after a big price move, it's normal to see some consolidation.
Yeah.
So it's basically just kind of like the market catching its breath.
Right. So we don't need to like hit the panic button or anything.
Well, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Now XRP. X 15% this week.
Yeah, that's a good little comeback.
That is, after all the like, you know, legal battles.
Yeah, like, well that was a big overhang.
Yeah.
So you know, it's definitely impacted the price.
Right.
But this 15% jump suggests that investor confidence is starting to return.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, and you know, despite all that uncertainty,
right,
people are starting to see the potential again.
Wow. Okay. So, big picture, the total global crypto market cap is now at a mind-blowing $3.33 trillion.
That's a lot of zeros.
A lot. I mean, I can't even conceptualize that number.
Yeah.
And it seems like altcoins are really driving this charge.
Yeah, altcoins are having a moment, for sure.
They are. Why do you think that is?
I think, Bitcoin's kind of the safe haven.
Okay.
It's like the digital gold.
Right.
But altcoins are where the innovation is happening.
Yeah.
You have all these different projects with different use cases. And so I think, investors are starting to realize that there's more to crypto than just Bitcoin.
That's cool. So like Cardano, for example.
Yeah, Cardano's had a great week.
Up 50%.
Yeah.
Back to levels we haven't seen since April of 2022.
Yeah. Someone woke up the whales.
Right.
There's a lot of whale activity going on.
So like big investors are like jumping back in.
Yeah. They're making big moves.
Interesting. Okay. And Uniswap. Unini. Still trying to crack that $10 mark.
It's getting close.
Yeah.
It's been testing that level.
The DeFi, decentralized finance, is still like hot.
Yeah, DeFi is definitely a sector to watch.
Yeah.
Uniswap is a major player in that space.
Right.
And I think, the potential is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, some analysts are saying that you and I could hit $12 to $13.
Wow. Okay. Now, we can't wrap
I
up.
talk about the dog.
We got to talk about the dog.
The meme coin.
The internet's favorite dog coin, Shiba Inu. Shiba.
Okay.
Is this like more than just hype this time?
Well, it's hard to say with meme coins.
Right.
But eARB is currently the top ERC20 token by market cap.
Okay, what does that mean?
So ERC20 is basically like a standard for creating tokens on the Ethereum blockchain.
Right.
So it's kind of like the most popular type of token on Ethereum.
Okay.
And eSHIB is the biggest one by market cap. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It only saw a modest 3.2% increase this week.
Okay.
The developers are optimistic about its future.
Okay.
But, it is facing some resistance.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hanging out around 0.00002489 right now.
Okay.
But if it can break through that level, there's some analysts who are saying it could go to 0.00000009.
Wow. Okay. Well, man, this week it's just been a roller coaster.
It has.
I mean, so much is happening in crypto.
It's never a dull moment.
It's really not.
It's so dynamic. Like there's always something new to look at.
I mean,